Hey there guys, this is Richard, your host, with another marvelous video. Before we begin, beware of dragon-sized spoilers that are coming up ahead. Therefore, stay here at your own risk or fly away. The King's small council in Westeros is like the ministerial cabinet in contemporary times, and more often than not, the council members exist to serve themselves. The 9th episode of the show, titled The Green Council, does just that. It was convened in secrecy by Alicent after her husband's death so that they could hatch the plot of installing Aegon as king. With staunch loyalists like Sir Criston Cole, Tywin Lannister and Larys Strong, Alicent enjoyed a web of spies and able warriors, but when the goings got tough, several members of the council switched sides. In this video, we'll explore the Green Council and dive deep into their motivations and reasons behind supporting Alicent and Aegon instead of Rhaenyra. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Am I to understand that members of the small council have been planning secretly to install my son without...
Queen Dowager Alicent Hightower. Alicent had just entered her teen years when she came to King's Landing with her father Otto Hightower, who had been appointed the Hand of King Jaehaerys. The young girl and the old king soon became close, and she'd often bathe him, dress him, read to him, etc. Close to his end, King Jaehaerys started to mistake Alicent for one of his daughters. Some say that the Alicent and the old king shared a daughter and father kind of a relationship, but you know, it's weird for me to digest that a teen would bathe an old king who had an army of servants at his disposal. Nevertheless, after Jaehaerys died, his grandson Viserys sat upon the Iron Throne, and Otto continued to serve as Hand. Alicent and Rhaenyra, the realm's delight, grew up together in King's Landing and became close friends. However, when Viserys' first wife Aemma died during childbirth, Otto wasted no time and sent Alicent to comfort the grieving king. Being her father's daughter, Alicent became very close to Viserys as well, and when the question of the king's remarriage came, Viserys announced that he wished to marry Alicent. This marriage was bound to bring trouble in the Targaryen family, because Viserys had named Rhaenyra his heir, and Alicent wanted her eldest son from Viserys to sit upon the ugly Iron Chair once the king passed. Finally, the day came, and Alicent kept the king's death a secret until she and Sir Criston Cole assembled the Green Council to plan Aegon II's ascension. The show tends to follow the path shown by Martin's book, albeit with a few differences. In the show, Alicent doesn't seem to be as cunning as in the book and displays a more likable nature. In fact, she was unaware of the fact that her father and the others had been conspiring to supplant Aegon with Rhaenyra. Also, in the book, Alicent let her husband's body rot for 7 straight days until she had ensured that she had what she wanted. Alicent's future after the Dance of Dragons becomes extremely bleak, so much so that she loses her mind and starts hating the color green.
Now, pledge them to the future king.
Sir Otto Hightower, the former Hand of the King, was stripped of office. I first came across Rhys Ifans in the Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts rom-com Notting Hill. Ifans was playing the character of Spike, a flaky and sloppy Welshman. Honestly, it was initially difficult for me to imagine Spike and Otto being played by the same man, despite the fact that Ifans did several serious roles and is a super talented actor. I'm glad that Ifans proved me wrong and has been acing Otto Hightower, the scheming and learned man who's also one of the most misunderstood characters of the show. No, I'm not really saying that Otto Hightower is a good man, but I'm not even saying that he is pure evil. If you think about it, he was the one who advocated Rhaenyra being named heir in the very beginning. The show's Otto may share quite a few differences with that of the book, but both of them have proven themselves as very able hands of the king. Yes, Otto's motivations changed when Alicent married Viserys and bore his children. After that, all Otto wanted was for Aegon to be named heir. In fact, this was the reason why Viserys fired him in the book. However, in House of the Dragon, he's fired after he brings some pretty objectionable but true information about the princess. Viserys mistakenly believed that Otto was spying on her, and his fury is unleashed on Otto. In my opinion, when Otto was not being a schemer, he is an excellent hand and friend. He was a learned man with knowledge of philosophies and statecraft, something that only a few possess in all of Westeros. If we ignore the fact that he forced Alicent to marry Viserys, he seems like a rather honorable standard. at least by Westerosi standards. Furthermore, he could foresee that Alicent and her children would be unsafe if Rhaenyra became queen. And honestly, had she become queen, she would not have been kind towards Aegon and the others because no monarch likes to have challenges to their throne. Unfortunately for Otto, Aegon II acts in accordance with his nature and fires Otto because Aegon mistakes Otto's cautiousness as his inefficiency. This was one of the major reasons why he, in a manner of speaking, won the battles but lost the war.
The Princess Rhaenyra is brazen and relentless. A spider who stings and sucks her prey.
Sir Criston Cole, Lord Commander of the King's Guard and Hand of the King. I believe Criston Cole is the one character in the entire show with the most interesting personality. Not only does he represent the very best and worst in a King's Guard, but he is also fierce in whatever he feels, be it loyalty towards Alicent or love and hate toward Rhaenyra. He served as her staunchest defender, but when she rejected his advances, he became her bitterest foe. The good Mr. Cole was born in Dorne to a steward of Lord Dondarrion at Blackhaven. He was allowed in the castle and learned warcraft, horse riding, etc. But Criston claimed his fame at the tournament organized by King Viserys. Both in the show and the book, Criston manages to unhorse Daemon Targaryen, who is known as one of the most skilled swordsmen and riders in King's Landing and beyond. He immediately attracted Princess Rhaenyra's attention, and the two became very close. In the show, Rhaenyra not only gives him her maidenhead, but Criston reciprocates his feelings when she is about to get married. It is only speculated in the books that he offered to run away with Rhaenyra, but the show confirms the same. However, Rhaenyra rejects his proposal, and that's what pisses the crap out of this White Knight. His love for her exacerbates hate, and he kills Joffrey Lonmouth in rage. Queen Alicent saves him from a certain suicide, and from that moment, he serves her as her sworn shield. In the book, it's Criston who convinces Aegon to wear the crown, and in fact, he places the crown on Aegon's head in the Dragon Pit. After Aegon fires Otto Hightower, Criston takes his place as the new Hand, as well as the Lord Commander of the King's Guard. It's truly unknown why exactly he chose to side with the Greens. It could be his hatred for Rhaenyra, or the fact that he preferred the Andal customs, which favored men over women. It could also be that he believed that Rhaenyra's children should not be contenders to the throne because they were bastards in his eyes. Irrespective of everything, Criston served his sovereigns loyally until the end, and history remembers him as a man who was both good and evil.
What is it that could not have waited an hour? Was Dawn invaded?
Sir Tywin Lannister, Master of Ships, then Master of Coin. History has not been kind to Sir Tywin Lannister, the younger brother of Jason Lannister, the then Lord of Casterly Rock and the head of House Lannister. While Jason continued to serve as the Crown from Casterly Rock, Tywin came to King's Landing. He initially served as the Master of Ships in King Viserys' council, but when he fell sick and became bedridden, Alicent awarded him with the title of Master of Coin. Tywin was a staunch supporter of Alicent and Aegon the Elder. He was present at the council which plotted to coronate Aegon. While most of the Greens were killed, Tywin survived because he had been sent to find sellswords from Pentos and Myr. But upon his return, he found that Aegon the Elder was dead. It was now that Aegon III appointed him as his hand. During the Dance of Dragons, when Aegon II suggested that his younger namesake be sent to the Wall, it was Tywin who called for something crueler. However, when Tywin became Aegon III's hand, he served him faithfully and worked towards bringing Westeros to its former glory. I'm not entirely sure how the character of Tywin Lannister will develop in the show, but it seems like he would definitely switch sides sooner than later.
My queen, there was no need to sully you with darkling schemes.
Lord Jasper Wilde, Master of Laws. I'll be honest with you, George R.R. Martin didn't put in much effort to develop the character of Lord Jasper Wilde, the Iron Rod and Master of Laws. So, why is he called Iron Rod? Well, Septon Eustace says that he got the nickname for his unbending and stiff attitude towards matters of law. But as usual, Mushroom has a different view. Mushroom believes that he got the nickname because of his stiff shaft, which had fathered 29 children until Lord Wilde's last wife died because of exhaustion. Nevertheless, the show gives a bit more attention and importance to Jasper Wilde. When King Viserys passed away, Lord Jasper was present at the small council convened by Alicent and Otto. Jasper insisted that Prince Aegon should be installed. In fact, he even advocates for Rhaenyra and her children to be killed so that there's no chance of an uprising. However, Lyman interrupts him and loses his life as a result. Jasper was made to shut up by Alicent herself when he didn't stop about killing the princess. I believe Jasper will be a useful character in House of the Dragon, someone who would be the mind behind several plans, but that wouldn't ensure his safety, would it?
one of the little spiders is your lady-in-waiting.
Lord Larys Strong, Master of Whisperers. Lord Larys Strong is one of the more enigmatic yet cunning characters in the show. He clearly does not speak out of his turn, or when it is absolutely necessary, and when he does, he either shares something important or wants to see some nice and nude royal feet. Larys Strong, the man who dragged his foot and limped, had been a constant support to Queen Alicent. He did her dirty jobs and brought her secrets when she needed them most. When Alicent needed her father to be reappointed as Hand, Larys does something unimaginably horrid and arranges the deaths of her father and brother. I've been noticing that several speculations from the book are being confirmed in the show, and likewise, this was another one of them. He's like Lord Varys, who trades in whispers, but also like Littlefinger, who is a man of women and power. Some believe that he wanted Aegon as king because she destroyed House Strong's reputation by sleeping with Harwin Strong, while others are of the opinion that his allegiance was fueled by the realm's peace and prosperity. Until the 9th episode, it was unclear why exactly Larys supported and helped Alicent, but it seems that he's a man who is more driven by the lust for Alicent's feet than his own ambition. Although Larys had been named the Master of Whisperers in Viserys' council and was present at the small council convened to plot Aegon's ascension, the show is yet to formally include him in the council.
Let us have Lord Beesbury removed.
No.
Grandmaster Orwyll. We know that Fire and Blood are basically the accounts of the war years as penned by 3 men. One of them was Grandmeister Munken, who based his work on Grandmeister Orwyll's version of the events. And although he supported the Greens, his piece of work favors Rhaenyra and the Blacks. Why do you think that is? We'll answer that in a bit. Orwyll was one of the members present at the council, which conspired to supplant Rhaenyra. He claims to have objected to Aegon's ascension, but that has been called a lie by others. When Orwyll reached Dragonstone with Aegon's peace terms, Rhaenyra stripped the man of his chains and sent him back. He was later imprisoned and was on his way to the wall when he bribed a guard and escaped in the garb of a beggar. He resorted to working for a brothel in King's Landing, but was caught when he started teaching the girls to read. He was imprisoned once again while Aegon III was king, but Lord Tyland, the then Hand of the King, said that he should not be executed because the office of the King's Justice was empty. Tyland gave him an airy and comfortable room for a cell and also provided him with ink and paper, where Orwyll wrote his version of Dance of Dragons, and naturally, he ensured that he looked like a good boy in the document. From what I've spoken about so far, it seems that Alicent's Green Council was a council of men with rather divided loyalties. Apart from herself and her father, no one was in the council out of sheer loyalty to Aegon. Everyone had their own vested interests and became switched sides as soon as the goings got tough. And that was also the case with Rhaenyra's Black Council. I guess the residents of the Red Keep should fear treachery more than death. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.
Can you accede to this?
Your father is correct, Your Grace. A living challenger invites back.